How's everybody doing? Today I'm going to start working on some trap prep, getting ready for season. We've had a lot going on. We're back from conventions, and I had some things I needed to get caught up here. So we're getting there. So now I'm going to start on trap prep. I think we still got about 2 weeks before Missouri opens season. So I'm going to kind of show you guys how I like to do my trap prep, kind of how I got my system set up. I got some new traps that I'm going to start with here. Some new Duke 550s that I'm going to get ready. Basically, with my system that I do, me and my brother have the mechanic shop that my brother's taken over, and we have a lot of these hangers. So I'm just going to use these. I'm going to grab my pliers here. Basically what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to take the bottom part, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, and I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to straighten these out. Bring them together, and then I'm just going to twist them loosely. Doesn't have to be a tight twist or nothing. This is just going to help make it stronger. So you just loosely twist it. At the end here, I'm going to take my pliers here. I'm just going to pinch it. I'm going to twist it a little tighter. And I'm going to smash this end here together. There we go. I've started using these pliers a lot. I really like them. They're heavy duty and they're not stiff. They're pretty easy to open and use. These are available on my website at blakeleystrapping.com. And then now that we have this twisted up and the end twisted, I'm just going to put a little hook at the bottom. And what that's going to allow is I'm going to hang my traps here. And then once I dip them and I want to go hang them, I can hang them from the top here. So basically, I got these new 550s. And take this little sticker off. This tag. What I'm going to do is I just take the bottom swivel here. I just hook it like that. And when I get them all done, get this box moved, I'll have 6 per thing. So I should be able to do at least one of these in a pot at a time. The way I start doing them is like these new traps, they come with a lot of oil and stuff on them. What I want to do is I'll take just white distilled vinegar, and I like to put like a gallon or 2 in a pot, boil it, and I'll put my traps in there, and it only takes about 5 minutes and all the oil is going to come off those traps. You can pull them out, hang them, take about another 5 minutes, and you're going to have a light coating of rust on them. And what that coating of rust does, it helps your paint or your dye or your dip or whatever you're going to use, it helps it stick to the metal a lot better. And then your older traps, say the ones that you've used previously that have a lot of rust on them, you can do the same thing, boil them in vinegar. You might let them set just a little bit longer. And then when they come out, you can kind of get a wire brush and brush anything that's, real rusty, and then take a water hose, spray them off, hang them. Same thing, you're going to get that light coat of rust. And then you can just, dip them in your dye, your dip, paint, walnut holes, whatever you want to use. So that's just kind of my system and how I got it going. And I'm just going to get ready. I got all my traps I need to go through and get prepared so I can start getting the vinegar and all that ready. So that's what I'm going to try doing today. I'm probably not going to get it all done today, but we're going to try to get, the majority of it done. So just stay tuned. Alright, so I got the majority of my traps all on wires and hung up. I'm hoping in the next couple days I can get out here and do the vinegar baths on them and get them dyed and everything, and we'll be ready for the season. But today I just kind of went through all my traps, got them hung up, and I'll kind of show you guys how I have my system here and how it looks. So I basically just have this like 3x3 post that I have sitting on these tubs with nails, and I got all my traps on there. This is the majority of my traps. It isn't quite all of them, but it's most of them. It's all the new 550s. I think I got about 2.5 dozen new Duke 550s that I'm going to be using this year. My 650s are here, and a lot of my Duke and Bridger 1.5s are down there. All my 120s, 155s. So I got a few other ones, like I got some Sleepy Creek number 3s, and got a few Victors and stuff like that thrown in there. But yeah, this is the majority of my traps that we'll be using this year. So today's Friday. I'm hoping maybe Monday I can get back out here and get these completely taken care of, and we'll be ready for the season. That'll give them, you know, a good 2 weeks to sit and get pretty dry and be ready to go, and then we'll work on getting everything else together. So anyway, this is kind of just the start of the video. I might go ahead and post this little part of it and have a second part next week. We'll just kind of see. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you all have a great season. Thank you all. Alright guys, so we actually ended up getting a few days of some pretty bad storms here. So I haven't got to get any farther on my traps. Although with all the rain, and then we've had quite a bit of sunlight yesterday and today, my traps are pretty cleaned off, and they're starting to get a nice rust to them, even the new ones. The rain knocked all the oil off, and now they're getting a good layer of rust. So I'm probably not even going to boil them now in the vinegar. I'm just going to go straight to dyeing them. So I guess, yeah, if you guys are able, set your traps out, you know, during a storm. It'll wash all that gunk off, and that alone, I guess, will save you time. I've never tried to doing that, just setting them out in a storm. But I mean, we got, I think, some people in the town next to us. In like a 3-day period, we got around 6 inches of rain. So yeah, that I guess took care of the traps for me. So now I'm getting the pot ready. I'm going to start doing some dyeing. So we'll see how it goes. So this is the setup that I got right now. This is a small pot. It's probably only about 2 gallons. Just using a little turkey fryer here. But if you can see the water, I don't know if you see the smoke coming off of it, it's starting to swirl. It means it's just getting ready to start boiling. So we're going to put some of our logwood dye in there. And I'm only going to use about half a bag per pot, and we'll see how it goes. It says to mix this with 5 gallons of water. We got 2, so I'm just going to go with half a bag. Now the traps, see, these are all the new traps. The rain got a nice little coat of rust on them. Even some of my older ones, it kind of cleaned them up pretty good. So yeah, we'll probably be pretty good just to go ahead and dye the traps the way they are. So yeah, we'll do about half a bag here. A little more. It's about good. And I just got a piece of scrap metal. So stir that up now. Mix that dye in that water. Get some of these bigger chunks broke up. The water's turned like an orange rusty color. Then when we pull them out, the trap should be a dark grayish, kind of blackish color. So we'll get this, get it boiling, and then we'll put our first set of traps in it. So now that we got it boiling, we're going to turn it down here. We're going to turn it down to where it's just barely hear the fire going. And then we're going to go ahead and put our first set of traps in. Let's do a batch of these 650s first. See if we can get them to fit down in there. So I'm only going to be able to fit 4 of the 650s in here at a time. We'll probably leave those sitting in here for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back in here and come back out here and check on them, see how they look. Like I said, I got the fire going just a little bit to keep the heat going, but not enough to let it boil. So yeah, the 650s I could fit 4. The 550s I'm sure I'll be able to fit a whole bundle of 6, but we'll see, and we'll just see how long it takes. So I don't know if I'll get all my traps done today. I only have kind of a few hours to work on it. Then we got to go pick my daughter up from school, and then we're going to go to church on Wednesday nights. We cook for the Wednesday night kids and all that. So I still have a few hours left to get this done. I got a couple packages I got to pack. I want to thank everybody that's supported me through placing orders or anything like that. It really means a lot. It helps my family out, and I appreciate it. The Trapper's Pole, it's awesome to see everybody having great success with that. I tried to keep track. I lost count, but I think we have a Trapper's Pole in about pretty much every state now, and plus Canada, and who knows where else, honestly, because I got so many dealers now, it's hard to tell where they're selling them. But it's just awesome getting the feedback from everybody and getting to know the success they had, seeing the pictures, anything like that. Same with the baits and lures. When you guys send me pictures of your success that you've had with it and what kind of reactions and all that stuff you've had, that really means a lot to me, and I appreciate you guys reaching out with things like that. That's a huge part of why I do this. I love being able to talk with you guys and get to hear about your experiences and stuff like that. But anyway, we're gonna try to get a good chunk of these traps done today anyways. We got more storms rolling in, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I appreciate it, and we'll come back out here in a little bit and check on these traps. Alright, so about 20 minutes went by. I pulled these out. There was a few spots that weren't quite ready, so I put them back in there. It's been about another 10 minutes, so it's been about 30 minutes total. We'll go ahead and pull them out. They don't look too bad. There's some spots that didn't get too good, but I'm okay with that. So I got those hanging beside all the other ones, and now you can probably really see the difference in the color, how they're real black looking now compared to the other ones. So that's the goal, to get all of them. Like I said, this one, there's a few spots it didn't completely take, but that's all right. About 95% of it's covered, the chain's covered and all that. So, and what this is going to do, what dyeing does, whether you dip and paint or use the snare dip or anything like that, what that's going to do is that's going to prolong the metal and allow the metal and your springs and all that stuff to last longer. Because rust is very bad on metal, and if you get a trap that gets real rusty, that rust is just going to keep eating away at that trap. So you can knock that rust off, you can dye them like that or dip them in paint or whatever, and that's going to help a lot with prolonging your metal, make your traps last longer and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and throw another batch in, and like I said, hopefully we can get, I'd say, at least a third to maybe a half of these done today. So I'd be happy with that.